There are three things I need you to understand. Number one, you are about to step into your power. Number two, you need to surrender to the journey. And number three, you need to start now. And I'm going to tell you a little bit more about it. Right at the beginning, my gorgeous Torini, right at the beginning of this week, you are going to become so determined to, commit yourself to something you just were unable to commit to before. Okay? And this in itself is going to happen only because of the right people in your life. Why do people in your life have got anything to do with this? Well, those people who are in our lives on our spiritual journey, I'm referring to maybe our family members, maybe to our best friends, maybe to our partners, for example. It really depends. But those people who are meant to be on our spiritual journey make a huge impact on our lives in general, but especially when it comes to the time in our life when we do find ourselves on some kind of a crossroads, for example. And these people in your life are going to be playing a huge role because something really beautiful is going to happen. Something really gorgeous is going to happen. And you are going to feel like so loved, my gorgeous Torini. You're going to feel so supported. And this support and this love, it's really going to, my God, play a huge role when it comes to you snapping out of it, out of those things that have been so far holding you back. When it comes to you committing to something that that you should commit to, like that you should have committed to this like a while ago. But now, only now, the time is right. Why this didn't happen before? It's only because this time in between was ever so important when it comes to you, learning certain things about the world and certain things about yourselves. So therefore, it was ever so necessary when it comes to your spiritual journey to kind of get to this particular level where you will be able to understand things from a completely different angle. This is why this time in between was ever so important, because it was reflecting a lot on your spiritual growth. Because after this moment in time, honestly, there is so much, my gorgeous Torini, which is going to start changing in your life. You are about to step into something so beautiful here. Just remember how I started this reading. You are going to become extremely determined, extremely ambitious, extremely determined, to actually finally commit yourself to something you knew you needed to commit yourself to in absolute ages, but only because of those beautiful people in your life who are indeed going to play such an important role, because you are going to feel so loved and so supported. And this in itself, it's going to lead towards the beginning of such a beautiful journey, because within the next few months, this is not only to do with like a rather fresh start, this is to do with a beautiful fresh start, my gorgeous Torini. You will see, but only within the next few months you are going to realize how much potential there is when it comes to all this, and when it comes to several different aspects of your life. You know that the actual healing energy is about to take over. So naturally, you are going to start feeling more optimistic. You're going to feel more re-energized. You're going to feel more positive. These are all very important, like signs from our own soul, which are guiding us on our path towards the right direction, where you are exactly going to find yourself at, my gorgeous Torini. Absolutely brilliant indeed. By the time you get to the mid part of this week, there is this person here, somebody really down to earth, somebody really practical, somebody really intelligent, both spiritually intelligent and intelligent in general. This particular person is somebody who you are gonna be looking at around the mid of this week, my gorgeous Torini. And this particular person is just like going to make you feel really good about yourself. But when you're looking at while you're looking at this person, on one hand, this could be somebody who is indeed in your life. It could be somebody who you're gonna be talking to, or somebody who you're gonna be looking, somebody you're gonna be looking at, while that person is talking and expressing themselves, and you're really gonna like this person. You're really gonna kind of feel that you would kind of get on with this person quite a lot if you don't know this person. But this could be somebody also who is in your life, for example. And if it's not, then it could be somebody who you're gonna be watching, like maybe on television, on the internet or something like that, and you're gonna be thinking, the bottom line is, I know it may be a little bit confusing, and I'm sorry, my gorgeous Torini, but the bottom line is that you will be really impressed and really inspired by this particular person. And on one, you will be thinking a lot how this person is on one hand really down to earth, but on another hand you're going to be thinking how clever this person is, how wise this person is, how spiritual this person is. So you're going to be looking at this particular person and you're going to be thinking like, oh my God, I really like this person, I really like this person. But it's also a lot about what this person is doing, what this person has done, how this person is living their life. This is happening also this is happening at such an important stage of your life. Why? It's not about you only being just inspired by this particular person, my gorgeous Torini, but it's also about you are going to have such an interesting idea, brand new idea, some kind of a new idea you are going to have, and you're going to become really, really curious, and you will want to explore this new idea. And I really strongly suggest you to do this, to take this new idea, I say new idea, very, very seriously, because this new idea is going to bring you a big victory by the end of June, by the end of the month of June in 2025. Okay? Sorry, this idea is going to bring you a huge victory, a massive achievement by the end of the month of June 2025. And this is why I need you to take this idea very, very seriously. And just remember, the keyword is new idea. New idea, okay? Very, very important to start like really opening your mind right now. And also, when it comes to the midweek, my gorgeous Torini, you're gonna become aware of some kind of a celebration or some kind of a social gathering. You're going to become aware of some kind of a celebration or some kind of a social gathering, and this in itself, it's going to happen not this week necessarily, but it's going to happen in a little while. And I also want you to, my God, I need you to understand how important it is for you to be part of this gathering or part of this celebration, whatever this is, okay? And it may not happen like this week, for example, but this week you're going to find out about some kind of a social gathering or some kind of celebration, and it's just so important for you to go there. Not only you're going to have a great time, but something really amazing is going to happen. Something amazing. There is an important information you're going to have. And this important information is to do with an aspect of your life you don't want to talk about, you don't like talking about, and it's to do with something that has caused you kind of blaming yourself a lot for something you shouldn't blame yourself about. For example, you see, so my God, I know this is really deep indeed, but the bottom line is that you need to go to this gathering, you need to attend this gathering, because you are going to find out this crucial information. And this crucial information, it's not only kind of going to open your mind when it comes to something that you've been blaming yourself for absolute years, but this is important on another hand when it comes to, your your spirituality, and when it comes to you healing and ascending onto the next level of your spiritual journey. Okay, so this is what I need you to understand. And also, by the time you get to the last part of this week, my gorgeous Torini, okay, something is going to remind you right now at around the end of this week. There is something you're gonna see. It's gonna be so random, it's gonna be so unexpected, it's gonna have nothing to do with you, with your life, or with your past whatsoever. But for some reason, what you're gonna see, it's going to remind you of some kind of unpleasant memories, some kind of unpleasant memories, my gorgeous Torini. And I will tell you why this is going to be so important, you see. And before I carry on, when I said at around the midweek that you are going to have this kind of new idea. Yes, you are going to have this new idea. This is important to mention. Sorry, I had to go back. When I said that you are going to have this new idea at around the midweek, yes, I did mention that you are going to have this new idea, and I did say that you are going to have this like a big victory by the end of the month of June 2025. But you're still not going to be you're still not going to make like an important decision, or you're still not gonna take this as seriously. For example, at this stage, at this moment in time, this is still going to be like a new idea, okay? But by the time you get to the last part of this week, I will tell you why I had to skip back, because it's connected and it's rather important. By the time you get to the last part of this week, you are going to see something which is going to remind you of your past, okay? Which is going to remind you of something unpleasant in your past. This is on one hand giving you a chance to revisit that aspect of your past in order to heal. But on another hand, this is also an important sign that the fog is about to lift, okay? When it comes to you being reminded of these unpleasant memories, not only that the fog is about to lift, my gorgeous Torini, but you are also going to start seeing this aspect for the first time in your life in a completely different light. You will clearly be able to understand that you moved on. You will, for the first time ever, and this is going to be like a God's gift to you, one of the biggest blessings you've had in your entire life. Listen to me very carefully. This time when you are reminded of this unpleasant moment that you've had in your past, the reason why I said the fog is about to lift, this is so important because this particular fog was making things murky, around you, a little bit dark around you. So therefore, you couldn't plan like when it comes to your future, because you couldn't kind of connect to the certain aspects of your future purely because you were still kind of held back. So you can't kind of feel things like vividly, which is about to change. The whole energy, it's about to shift right now, my gorgeous Torini. So this is what's going to be surprising at around the end of this week. As soon as you're kind of reminded of this particular aspect of your past, you will be able to recognize how different are you actually feeling, which is brilliant. And this, it's not only about you realizing that you got over something. You will realize, oh my God, for the first time in my life, I think that I got over this aspect of my past. For example, this is not only about you, oh my God, realizing this, and moving on, moving forward with your life. But this was subconsciously also making you, because you didn't get over it, you see, subconsciously was also affecting you when it came to make important decisions. It was making you to feel scared when you shouldn't have been scared, especially when it comes to making a big decisions like taking risks and things like that, which is ever so important in life. So now you're also it's not only about you realizing, oh my God, fantastic, I finally got over this, but you're also going to be able to let go, of this energy that was causing you to think negatively. And now, why I mentioned that new idea that you still weren't too sure about 100%, for example, at around the midweek, or you still didn't take it as seriously, now, baby, a couple of days after that moment in time, oh my God, you are just literally going to wake up. Seriously, it's going to happen one morning, like a couple of days after that moment in time, or within the next couple of days. You're literally going to wake up, and guess what's the first thing that's going to be on your mind? That particular new idea that I've said is just, but now you're going to have this mental strength. Now you're going to have this, now you will want to talk about it. Now you will want to discuss this new idea. And trust me, the more you talk about this new idea and the more you discuss this new idea, the more it's going to come to you. And you will realize that how important and how wise and how smart this new idea at this stage of your life really is. Wow. So now, my gorgeous Torini, I'm just going to shuffle these cards and I'm going to see what's going to be your tarot card of the week. Okay? I'm just going to shuffle these cards and I'm going to see what is going to be your tarot card of the week. There you go. You see this? A big burden is coming to an end. A big burden is coming to an end, my gorgeous Torini. And I think that this is absolutely brilliant. The energy is just so beautifully going to change when it comes to this week. And you can also expect, my gorgeous Torini, such a nice and surprising news by the end of this week. When you receive this surprising news by the end of this week, you are going to feel so proud of yourself. So proud of yourself, my gorgeous Torini, like never before. Hello, my gorgeous people. Just to let you know, I've just started monthly subscriptions, monthly paid subscriptions, and the more people subscribe to this channel, you know, through monthly paid subscriptions, more content I'm going to be able to make. And this is why this is going to be so important. If you would like to subscribe to this channel through this monthly paid subscription in order to help me to keep this channel going, you will see the link is going to be in the description below. And thank you so much, because I will be ever so grateful.